Big exciting news to start your early mornings as not one, but two viewers find success with Right Now money on this channel, getting grant money. Meantime, the push is underway for executive orders, $5,000 stimulus check that could land in your bank account right away. Then, the push is underway for Congress to get their act together as several key benefits that you need, including unemployment benefits, are about to expire. And what happened overnight? The breaking details will surprise you. It's a great early morning. I'm so glad you joined me, and this is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Morning to LALATE. Hope you're good and safe. It's the early morning edition on this channel every day at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed in 30 minutes from now with another video for Early Morning to LALATE at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you've not subscribed, please do. This is the only channel that's really getting you money right now. I'm giving you 3 ways to get money right now, and in this video I detail 2 success stories revealed in the last 24 hours. Really quite exciting. Also, make sure you hit the alert button on the Fun channel so you get alert when I go live or go tape. Last night on Purple Power Live, it was a blast. Also, like this video, it helps in the algorithm. In this video, I'll be going over how you can get money right now, and then I'll be going over the what happened last night and yesterday. A lot of surprising twists and turns about your second stimulus check and stimulus package. Meantime, if you're tuning in at 6 a.m. when this show debuts, you can enjoy an enhanced viewing experience. Over on the right is a super chat, a live instant premiere. As an instant premiere, you're able to chat along with your Purple Power friends while you watch the video. It's a unique, incredible experience because everyone who really tunes into Early Morning to LA is the same family. It's the same familiar faces. Everyone sees each other at the same time, and you sort of know where everyone is, at that sort of moment every morning. So it's like, did you come home late? Why are you not in super chat? I asked your mom, why did you not come home and you weren't in the super chat? There's never an excuse not to be in the super chat. So you can have your cup of coffee and see the same familiar faces every morning. Say hello to friends across the country. It's sort of like a virtual chat room, but also I'm sort of your chaperone, so be careful. So much great news. I'm so glad you joined me. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news for your Wednesday morning is that 2 viewers overnight had incredible success from the Right Now money, which I've been detailing on this channel. How to get money right now, despite whatever Congress is going on. Not 5 days from now, not 5 months from now, not 5 years from now, or 5 weeks from now. Money right now. Barbara Perez and Maria both got grants in the last 24 hours because of this channel's recordings this week. Barbara Perez is from South Florida and Maria is from New Jersey. And it was ironic because in the live Purple Power chat last night, which is always at about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard PM every night, I asked viewers where they were, and Barbara suddenly said, I got a grant for rent, thank you. And I said, okay, where are you from? And I said, congratulations. I said, where are you from? She said, from Florida. I said, oh, wonderful. Then about 20 minutes into the video, because it was a long video, viewers started coming and saying, I can't find any rent grants in Florida. They don't exist. I'm like, of course they exist. Barbara Perez just got one. So there you go. You have to keep your mindset very focused and very on point. Finding CARES Act 1 grants is very important because it's money for you if you're on SSDI, SSI, and Social Security benefits. I got to say this very clearly because even last night in the Purple Power chat, I started by saying you qualify, and then I still had people ask that question again. If you're on SSDI, SSI, and Social Security and Railroad benefits, you qualify for the CARES Act 1 grants for rent and food. They're specifically made for you because they're specifically for people who who have an income lower than a threshold or no income. And that's what they were established for. And so it's incredible great news is that you can go get these CARES Act 1 grants, which is the cities and counties. You find them by going onto Google News, typing in CARES Act plus grant plus your city plus your county. And if you're a small town, go a little bit broader. And if you're a small county, go broader. And sometimes look even at the state level. What's important to understand is that if you're having problems looking for things, then go into the chat, and you're actually watching this video right now, go into the chat and say, hey, can someone help me look for things? I've had some people send me messages say, I'm not good with a computer. Can someone help me find stuff? That's the spirit of this channel, helping one another. Next, escalated benefits. Boy, last night's Purple Power chat was incredible because I asked how many people were on unemployment and when did they start and what was their income level in 2019. Were they 18,000 or more? And almost all the viewers said that they went on UI in March, and almost all of them said they were about 19,000, 18,000 or more. One viewer said, I'm 18,000, it was 18,200. Well, then I asked how many of them were over 25,000. I think it was about 50%. The great news is that if you're over $25,000 in 2019, you absolutely should do this. If you're over 18,000, you should try it because it may raise you $50, $60 a week. The bottom line is that it's been 30 weeks since March. 30 weeks retroactive? You only have to raise it, $30, that's $900 in your pocket right there. You raise $100, that's $3,000. You raise it $200 if you made over $30,000 last year, that's $6,000 in your pocket. Next, we turn to EIDL, and that was the really surprising one last night in the live chat. I asked how many viewers in this chat were side hustle people. And now I realize one thing that I have to just make very clear for you because I wasn't making clear enough. When I used words like independent contractors, sole practitioners, or gig drivers, or side hustle, people didn't know what that meant. And they didn't understand what that was referring to. So now I understand I have to make that even clearer. So I basically said, is there any drivers in the room? I made it very simple. Any drivers? Yes, cabbie driver. Okay, cabbie driver. And there was a truck driver. And there was Uber and Lyft. There was traditional. And then there was a private driver that would drive things for a local grocery store. So he's a third party. He was not on staff. And there was another type of driver. And I said, all of you qualify. Why have you not gotten an EIDL? And they were just sort of shocked. They were shocked. EIDL was made for these type of people. And then I said, hey, you're called basically a side hustle, or you're called an independent contractor or a sole practitioner. These are what you are, and they didn't know that. So if you're watching this video, please understand that's you. Then I had people that jumped into the live chat and said, I'm a gardener. I'm like, a gardener? That's the most obvious way to get an EIDL. Gardeners, generally do relatively well financially. They generally make over $25,000, so you can get a $17,000 EIDL right away. Then I had wonderful people getting to the chat that did not understand that they could be doing two things at the same time and could be getting both of them. The way you calculate how much you get for EIDL is very simple. It's line 1 of your Schedule C, and line 1 is your gross revenue. Everyone knows how much money they made last year. It's 2019 revenue. How much you make last year? I made, and people were answering around in the chat, so clearly people know how much money they made last year. I'm not talking about after deductions. I'm not talking about net income. I'm talking about the top line number. How much did you sell last year? And then you take that number and you you subtract from it line 2 of your return, which is cost of goods sold, and divide by 2. You're done. You're done. That tells you how much you get. It's really very simple. Now, I did get some screwy questions yesterday, which I never understand if it's just someone being facetious or do they not really know this. So I had someone say, I don't want to hear about grants. That's too much debt to come on. There's no debt in grants. Then I had someone say, I just want to know about a stimulus check. Just tell me about a stimulus check. I don't want to hear about grants. Well, guess what? There is no stimulus check. It hasn't come out. And you need money right now. This is November. I've heard your comments. You've heard my comments. Everyone's seen each other's comments. We need money right now. We don't need to be waiting for Nancy or Chuck or Steve or John or all those people to figure out whether they want to do things or not do things. You need money right now. And you need to get this money right now. And then you can also get the stimulus check. And so I have a lot of viewers ask me, well, do I get both? Yes, you get both. Then I realized a very simple way for people to understand how they qualify for things. And I never thought of it this way. I said, how many people are in the room on PUA? They raised their hands or said yes. And I said, I'm talking about the original PUA, meaning you started PUA in March, not that you were on UI and switched to PUA. Because a lot of viewers had to switch from UI to PUA because they ran out of UI weeks. I'm talking about the original PUA viewers. There was a lot. And so that's what triggered in my mind, oh my God, these are people who qualify for all three things that I'm talking about on this channel. First, you qualify for CARES Act 1 grants. Go get them. Second, you qualify potentially for escalated PUA benefits. If you made a certain amount of money last year, raise your PUA benefits from your state. That's two. And guess what? You also may qualify for EIDL. Go get an EIDL as well. Can you imagine getting all three things that I'm detailing for you on this channel? And this is money right now, not 5 months from now, not 5 years from now. And I'm so surprised that a lot of people didn't know about these things. That's sort of the confusion of what's happened with this stimulus saga that started in March. They rolled things out. People didn't know what they were. They never heard about them. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever told this on camera, but this channel would not have existed had I not have heard about what EIDL was. I never heard of it until I was chatting with someone else about PPP. And then they said, well, how about EIDL? And I'm like, I never heard about EIDL. And so you don't know about these things until you hear about them. Next, stimulus check. Wow. The president can do an executive order down to the very last minute. So will he do it? Won't he do it? Why won't he do it? Can he do it? First of all, he can't do it. He can do it. Second of all, he has the money to do it. And as detailed on this channel last night, he has over $850 billion. And he may actually have more than $850 billion. All they use or lose money from the cities and counties is going back to the federal government. And so now there may be actually more than $5,000 as a stimulus check to go out. So why hasn't he done it? I can't answer that question. I don't know. All I know is what Mitch will do. And someone said in one of the comments yesterday, he said, can you go to Washington and talk to Mitch? Because it looks like he would understand you very well. That's sort of true because when you negotiate with someone and when you're talking with someone to get something done, you have to sort of talk also in their mindset. You have to think of how they're thinking. And what Mitch wants to do is he wants you to have stimulus, but he doesn't want to kill the national debt. The national debt doubled because of the first stimulus package. It doubled from where it was before. It takes years to get this national debt down. And so he's concerned that if you do that again and make the national debt 3 times what it was last year, it could be catastrophic for the U.S. economy. The Federal Reserve says, no, that's not the case. But that's what Mitch is thinking. So how do you get around that? You don't spend more money when you don't have to. And so we have all this money at SBA, this CARES Act 1 money. It's $800 billion. Use that on a stimulus check for American citizens so that they can survive during the holidays, survive during the winter, carry us all the way up to the vaccine, to the spring, and do other stimulus packages after that. But use this now. He would do it. He would absolutely do it. Then, second, we have that loser use money, that money from that is currently coming back from the states and cities that they didn't use. Repurpose that as well. Mitch wants you to have money. And someone in DM last night sent me a picture of a screen grab of a letter from Nancy and Chuck to Mitch. I long a time ago, I don't know, it was 3 weeks ago, said, I'm not going to run fake narratives on this channel anymore, and I'm not going to run name calling anymore. And that's all these people seem to do. Chuck and Nancy have seemingly commandeer the tactic of smearing people on a daily basis. And if you look back at Mitch, he never really does that to them. He just doesn't spend money, which is sort of different. And all Chuck does is goes on CNN or CNBC or so wherever and just calls Mitch every name in the book. It's really unprofessional, and it's really sort of sad for someone of his age to keep on doing that. But it doesn't get stimulus going anywhere. Mitch offered $300 a week. Yeah, it's not a lot of money for FPUC, but he offered $300 a week. And he didn't just offer it, he put it in a bill. And it's $300 a week in July to now. That's $7,000. Chuck, with his Broadway bill and taking care of Broadway actors and making sure that everyone on Broadway has money, didn't care that you didn't get $7,000 from July to the present. Rather was more focused on protecting Broadway than you getting $7,000. And now he's sitting back and saying, let me call Mitch some more names. Well, Mitch gave you the opportunity to have Americans have $7,000 and extend PUA, extend UI. And I'm not here defending $300 a week. It's not a good number. I always have said it's a ridiculous sum of money. But $7,000 versus zero is a lot better than zero. So, what could happen this week? Well, there's a lot of push and twists and turns. And you guys stay with me till the bottom of the hour because I'll have more about that as well. Coming up at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is a continuation of this video in which I detail more, and especially that $2,400 for SSI, SSDI, and Social Security benefits. If you've not subscribed, please do go to the front channel, subscribe. Also, like this video. Coming up next at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is a continuation of Early Mornings LALATE. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.